What's up, guys? Welcome back to What to Do Rob channel. Okay, today we're working on a Chevy Silverado. This is a 2500 HD series, and it's vibrating when you give it acceleration down the highway. It starts vibrating, and then sometimes you'll hear a pop out the exhaust or whatever. So my first assumption was it hasn't been tuned up in a while, from what I understand, and it probably just needs a good set of plugs in it or whatever. So we're going to try that first, and we're going to replace the coil packs. All right, this is what the truck looks like. Now, before I get into it, I just want to let you know I'm not going to film me ratcheting everything off. I'm just going to explain to you what I went through, what you got to do. It's actually a fairly simple job. Let's get into it. There's our truck right there. All right. Our truck is open here. And first thing you want to do is this just pulls up like that. And just pull your cover off of there like so. All right. Now we're going to come in here and you're going to see 1, 2, 3, 4 ignition coils, and at the bottom of each ignition coil you're going to see a wire, and then at the bottom of that wire, that's where it plugs into the spark plug. You have a bolt here and a bolt here. These are 10 millimeters. Now there's nothing else really on this side that you need to take off, so this is fairly simple. Get your 10 millimeter, loosen these 2 bolts. Your ignition coil will slide off, and you can pull your wire off from there and then pull it off from the spark plug. For the spark plug, you're going to need a 5/8. On this side, you can really get by with no extension, or maybe a small extension on your ratchet on this side. The other side, we'll get into that, you're going to need a longer extension. All right. One thing you want to be careful of, here, let me show you when I pull one of these off. You can see what the wires look like here. All right, see the little spring right there? And these just pull down like so. So if you were going to change those wires, that's fairly simple. All right, and one thing you want to be careful, if you're right-handed on this side, it's actually easier. But when you put that 5/8 drive on there, you don't have a whole lot of room here. So you want to make sure these plugs actually go in on an angle. They're not going straight in, and they're not up and down. They're going in on an angle. So if you're putting that socket on and you're pulling straight up, chances are you're going to snap every plug you're taking out, okay? So I have, it's hard to show you this while I'm holding the camera, but you basically I would use my other hand to hold the ratchet straight. Well, not straight. You want to hold it on that angle, and then use my other arm to unloosen it, okay? But you want to make sure, it's very important, keep your socket on that angle. You're going to snap all your plugs. Other than that, this side's pretty easy to get out. Going over to this side, let me climb up here. I'm a little short. All right. So this side, what you're going to find is, see these 2 hoses right here on this clip? I had already taken this bolt off, but basically that's a 10 millimeter bolt also. So you want to take that bolt off, then you can kind of move this around, because this is going to be blocking your way on some of these coils. So just take a second, take that 10 millimeter off, and you're able to move this around. Now this side, you're going to need a longer extension. I say that because you're not taking these hoses off, so you can't really get your ratchet in here and do anything, and you have to go around. You got to go around these 2 hoses and in. All right. Now, if you're, again, right-handed, this side's a little bit harder, because you're going to be pulling up with your left arm, and these plugs are going in this way. So you want to keep it on that angle. All right. Any other issues here? Yeah. So this big wire here with the wire loom on it, you're going to see these white clips that are going in here. You basically can pull up on that, and they'll come off, because you're going to want to be able to move this around too to get in there. All right, and there's one in the back that already came off. But that's it. Take this bolt off, pull that wire loom up there, and these are all easily accessible. There's nothing else you got to take off. All right, so I'll show you real fast basically the process taking the coil off. All right, loosen that bolt, loosen that bolt. All right, pull them out, and your coil is just pretty much going to lift off there. Now you got the wire up here, you can see has the little tab on the one side of it. All right, just push up with your thumb, and it pops right off. And that's how easy that is to get that out of there. And then when you go to put this new one on, I would recommend clipping the wire in first, because once it's down on there, it's a little bit harder to do it. Clip the wire in first, and then go ahead and, again, this is hard with two hands. So I would clip the wire in here first. Let me see if... Is it all the way down? There it is. Alright, now you can kind of lay your coil back up there and go ahead and put those bolts back in, and then you can connect your wire back to the coil and then back down onto the plug. I want to show you the part numbers real fast. Alright, here's my ignition coils here. I got 8 of them. This was from Napa, and you can see it there. It looks like IC534. Alright, and then for my plugs, what we're using is these Iridium Power plugs, and they are, well, there's 2 numbers there, 53254, and then looks like IT164, and that's the plugs there. And that's pretty it. It's actually a very simple job as long as you take your time. If you have really big hands, the left side of that motor, the passenger side, is going to be a little bit. It's going to make you break a little bit of a sweat getting your hands in there around some of those hoses and stuff. But get yourself a longer extension. The driver's side, use a smaller extension, maybe a 3-inch extension. Please, guys, hit subscribe below. Give me a like. I'll see you tomorrow.